Kevin, welcome back to IMSA. Obviously, it's exciting to see you in the hypercar class, or GTP class, I should say, in IMSA. Coming over from WEC last season and running this program over in the WEC side of things, but now coming over to IMSA. How excited are you to be able to be a part of this kind of new experience, although it's not really new for you?
Yeah, we're very excited to fight for the overall victory in Daytona, which is a first time for me, and it's definitely something very exciting. It's a big race, big name in endurance. To be able to do it with the same group with Porsche Penske Motorsport makes sense and makes it a bit easier. Although the championship is definitely different than the WEC. Also different people running the car, but the same management, and I would say the same approach between both championship. Then sharing the car with Lawrence, which I know well. Nick from the past, let's say. It's been a few years that I haven't shared a car with him, and Mathieu just once. So this is new. This I think we'll have to build up a bit the relationship, what we are doing now and in the Raw. But yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah, having Lawrence with you and being able to, kind of work with him, and now over here in IMSA, how excited are you to be able to work with him, and what has it been like working with him in your relationship with Lawrence?
Our relationship's been actually very good. We know each other since a long time. We shared a lot of cars in the past in GT already. Had I would say the biggest victory together with the Le Mans in the GT Pro in 2018. So it's already a long time ago. But now having him as a full-time teammate in WEC, let's say, bond us a little more, and I don't think we have to speak a lot to understand each other or know what the other wants to say, which is very important. We definitely have a different sort of lifestyle and different sort of rhythm, but I think we learn from each other. We have similar driving style, which is very good, because then we don't need so much compromise on the car and on the setup side, and the engineer has never really lost when he swapped driver with me or with Andre, actually, Lotara, which is very similar to us as well. So yeah, the relationship is actually very good. I think we trust each other, which is very important, on track and off track. And then we don't have really ego, although we for sure always want to be the quickest in the car. But if the other one is quicker, you just try to learn from it and not being angry or try to pull things towards you. Is more just bringing you up to speed.
I know you're still listed on the WEC schedule. What's that schedule looking like for you? I know you'll be here with IMSA and then also with WEC as well. So what does that schedule look like for you heading into 2024 with that kind of dual part that you'll be running here with the team?
The earlier months are very busy, to be honest, because we have the Raw here, then the Daytona, so you stay almost 2 weeks here. Then there is either some sort of or then we have a team camp, actually, all the Porsche drivers, so we stay in Florida for a bit, and then there is some tests in WEC straight away, so it's like more than 3 weeks away from home, and then pretty soon in February there is either a test in Sebring or Bathurst, which is not decided yet what everybody will do, and then you go to Qatar for the prologue and then the race. You stay another 2 weeks there. So between mid-January until end of February, to be honest, or beginning of March, I think I'm gonna be 4 days home. So it's tough, but in the end we're gonna be a lot in the car, and it's always good as a driver to drive the same car in two championships, trying to bring up the good stuff from each championship and try to remove the bad stuff from the championships you drive in. So it's actually good, but definitely the rhythm is gonna be very intense starting of 2024.
I was asking Matt Campbell earlier about the uprise in terms of the hypercar class, especially over in WEC with all the new manufacturers, and obviously different manufacturers over at WEC than there is in IMSA. What does it do for you guys as drivers? I mean, what does that put on yourself having more entries? Big hyper. I mean, obviously Ferrari had a great season last year. What does that do to you guys as drivers, especially with how much this class is expanding, especially in the years to come?
Well, it makes you feel proud to be part of, first, especially with a brand like Porsche fighting against the others, but also a bit more pressure because you know that if you have a bad weekend or bad quali already, you're gonna start P15 or P17, which was never really the case in the top class in the WEC, or was never the case. And I think you have to come back in the 70s or probably 80s to have this amount of cars in the top category. But now, with all factory teams on a very high level, or a lot of factory teams and also very good private teams. So I think it raises a bit the pressure on anyone to have a good car, have a good setup, good performance, and also clean race. Because if you have one issue, you're gonna be dropping out of the top 10, which we know from, let's say, the good Le Mans years in the GT Pro. It was the case in 18, 19, but not throughout the championship, and definitely not in the top class.
Coming out of year one, obviously there's so much that I think you guys as drivers were learning and about this car, with it being so complex and everything that's involved with it. But now heading into year two, are you feeling more comfortable? How are you feeling with the car heading into year two, especially with testing going on here this week?
Oh, we definitely know more about the car, know more about ourselves, our weakness, our strong points. But it's definitely not. We're definitely not 100% confident on everything, because this car, as you said, is very complex, and each track has its own challenge, and we didn't come back in Daytona since last year, so I think what we learned somewhere else, you have very different tracks in the US. You can't compare Long Beach with Daytona, for example. Daytona is very special, so you have different challenge you're facing here, and we definitely learned a lot last year, but we still learn now. Hopefully we get some good answers at the end of these two test days to start the Roar on a very good level. But we definitely feel more confident in what we have underneath ourselves in each championship.
Awesome. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.